Hello my people, this is my 4 weeks or 1 month on T video. Just for the record, the reason that I'm gonna continue to say weeks instead of going, 1 month and then 5 weeks, it's easier to go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and of course I'll include 4 weeks, 1 month. But it's easier just to go weekly. And also my friend who got on T the day after me mentioned that they had seen a lot of videos where trans guys took videos of their voices and said 1 week, 2 week, 3, and then they put their voice as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way up weeks on T, and it just sounded really cool because from them going from one number to the next, it got deeper-ish. Anyway, so they said that they were gonna do that, and I was like, oh, I should do that too because that sounds like it would be cool. So that's what I'm doing. That's part of the reason that I'm doing that. Anyways, this is my 4 weeks on T, also known as 1 month on T video, and I'm realizing right now that I should have written down all of the things that I've noticed in the past month that I'm gonna talk about, because when I don't have a sheet of paper sitting in front of me that tells me what to talk about, I ramble, so give me 1 second, please. So what's funny is I made my notes and then they were too messy and I had to redo them. So I have decent notes here and hopefully I don't leave anything out. I don't think I'm leaving anything out, but if I do, oops. So let's start with my first week on T. My first week on T, really the only thing that I noticed were hot flashes. And that's something that I didn't think was going to happen for quite a while. I mean, maybe it does happen early on for most people, but I thought it wasn't going to happen for quite a while. But pretty much right off the bat, half a week on T to a week on T, I started getting hot flashes. And they sucked. You just get suddenly really hot and you feel like you're going to start sweating and you're just really hot and then you get really cold and it sucks. But yeah, I was getting very, very frequently and it was very, very, very annoying. So then somewhere between week 1 and week 2, I felt like this emotion and like depression hit me. And so I have issues with seasonal depression. Like I have depression all the time, but then my depression is extra bad in the winter time, in the fall time. I don't know why, it's called seasonal depression. A lot of people have it. And so in like October, I had already started to get depressed, and then, you know, I started T, and then it's just the new emotions that came with such a burst of hormones were hard for me to handle at first. And so I actually took an entire week off school, and that helped me a lot, and then I was back in school, and now I'm on break. 2-week break, so I actually took 3 weeks off this month. Yeah, I cheated. Anyways, moving to week 2, at the start of week 2, I started noticing some pimples on my face. I had like one here, and I had one here, which came back, yeah, and I think I had one here. I had a few, and I'm really lucky. I just used some acne wash and some tea tree oil, and they went away really easily, so lucky me. Y'all can yell at me for having it good with acne. Then I noticed that I started having a little bit of voice cracks, and voice cracks. I was in Spanish class and my voice cracked so bad, and like most people would think it's embarrassing, but it's you know, I'm like, yay, a voice crack, that means my voice is gonna go down. And I didn't get a lot, I just got a few little ones. I haven't hit any really like large amounts of voice cracks repeatedly yet, but I've had a few today actually, so my voice is gonna go down again, yay. But we'll get to week 4. So then also with week 2, you know, I noticed the voice cracks, and then I noticed my voice got slightly deeper. I also noticed some clitoral growth. If you don't know what the clitoris is, go look it up. I call my clit my dick, so my dick grew like just a tiny, tiny bit, but like I noticed it, so it was great. And then I noticed I have more energy because I was working at Ralph's. I work at Ralph's, the grocery store. It's a Kroger company. Kroger has stores in like every state by different names. There's King Super, Kroger, Dillon's, you know, Ralph's, and whatever else there is. I can't think of anything right now. But yeah, I work there. I pull carts, push carts in, and buy groceries and stuff. And so it was a day when we were very, 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 very busy. It was coming up on Christmas. and just like, oh my gosh, it was so busy. So, you know, when it's really, really busy, there's lots of people coming in and taking carts, and there's not very many carts outside. And so me and this other guy were working really hard to try to stock up the carts because people were taking them faster than we could put them in. And usually I like to be a baby and take like 5 or 6 carts, but this time I found like a big stack of 9, and I was like, you know what, I'll attempt it. And I was able to do it. Still barely. I'm still weak. But before, I don't think I would have been able to do that. And it was just such a busy day. I was doing so much more than I normally do during my shifts, and I wasn't as tired as I normally am after a shift. So I was like, oh, I have more energy now. That's amazing. And so that kind of moves over into week 3. I just was definitely noticing that I had more energy to do things. I went on a 6-mile mountain bike ride with my dad and could do more after that. I could have done more. And I was just like, wow, I couldn't do this before. So definitely have more energy. So something very, very prominent I noticed week 3 that I talked about in my last video that I posted very, very late for week 3 is that I'm getting a lot more angry, a lot more frustrated. I'm very irritable about every little thing. I'm just getting irritated at every little thing and very frustrated. And I had a couple of little really, really stupid fights with people about things that didn't even matter. It was just my fault for being angry. And I just got so angry, and when I got really angry, I heated up and I got really hot, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But I was getting really angry. Like, I want to throw my phone at the wall angry over stuff that really didn't matter. And that doesn't last forever. Like, again, I'm basically going through puberty again. So my body has all of these new hormones in it, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? How do I deal with these hormones? And so it's relearning how to deal with the hormones and balance them out, just like in middle school when I was a brat. Oh, and then I noticed another wave of pimples that I got on my chest, along with this stupid guy who showed up a couple days ago. This one was there before, and I got rid of it, and then it came back. But anyways, I noticed some pimples on my chest that are like already pretty much gone on their own. Yay me. And so that was like a new place that I really had pimples, and there was one back here too, on this muscle, whatever this muscle is right here, this one. And that's not a pimple, that's a mole, but or a skin tag. This muscle. I don't know what it's called. And then pretty much close to the end of week 3, I noticed that I have more pubic hair, and I think I have more arm hair slightly. I think I have more leg hair slightly, but when I took pictures of the leg hair and the arm hair and compared it to preteen pictures, I really couldn't tell that much of a difference. So I'm not gonna say that it's enough of a difference yet to actually be like, oh my gosh, look, I got more leg hair. So I think, but I don't know. I do know I got more pubic hair. I can definitely tell. And speaking along that matter, muscle mass. I noticed a little bit, you know, along week 2 and 3, but I just decided to include this with week 4 because this is when I really have taken a look at it. In my shower, I have this like tiny little mirror. For any of you that watch my Musical.lys, when I do my Musical.lys in the shower, it's this little mirror and it's got this little thing and I set it on there. And so, you know, the mirror is placed so I can see like my head and my shoulders, and I've noticed that this muscle right here has gotten bigger. And again, it's not gotten bigger enough that comparing pictures pre-T to now you can really tell a difference. So I'm not going to show any comparison photos for that, but I can definitely tell a difference myself. It's one of those things, I know, I can tell a difference. But I do have a couple of muscle pictures for you. Well, one picture, a pre-T picture, and a 4 weeks on T picture of the same thing. And this is the only, when I looked at all of my pictures and I asked my friends like, oh, can you tell a difference here? They said yes. This was the only thing that I could tell that there's a difference in. And of course I had to ask them because I wasn't quite sure if there was a difference. But they said that there was. So this is just a picture of my back with me like holding my arms up, and so you can see like my body shape and the lack of muscles on my shoulders. So I'm gonna show you those 2 pictures. And what my friends remarked is that I had a more boyish figure now. It's starting to come in a little bit that I have a slightly more boyish figure. Yeah, my finger's more boyish now, guys. Look. I have a more boyish... I can't speak. I have a more boyish figure. And then after they said that, I went and looked, and I was like, yeah, I was definitely a little more curvy before, and now I'm slightly less curvy. I'm still pretty curvy, but not as much. Oh, and I just left out something. I gained 10 pounds in this month since I started tea, because tea made me so hungry, and I ate so much that I gained 10 pounds, and I'm unhappy about it, because it's fat, and it's on my chest, and now I can't bind flat anymore, and it's on my stomach, and I want abs, and having more fat keeps me from having visible abs. So I'm not really happy about that. I do want to gain weight. I just want to gain weight in muscle. I weighed 110, now I'm 120. I want to be like 140, but I want to be 140 of muscle. With my size, I'm such a small person. Like, I'm very petite. I'm 5'2", I'm very skinny, my bones are skinny. I don't know, my just figure is skinny, I guess. And so even when I have a lot of chub on me, I still look really skinny if I have clothes on, because just my figure is so small. So I don't know if it's realistic to want to be like 140, maybe 130 is a better goal. We'll see. Sorry, fan. Haha, my fan. I hurt my fan. My comedy's horrible. Oh, yeah, so moving on from that, I will show you these two pictures that I put together as one picture now to compare, so that you guys can see if you think there's a difference in my figure. Now that we are back, let me know if you think there's a difference or not, if you want to, in the comments or on Instagram. I'll probably post it on Instagram too, because I was going to be doing that all along and I haven't been. Oops. I have like 50,000 photos to post on Instagram that I've compiled over the past 3 weeks, and I need to post them because I haven't been posting. Sorry. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I did, obviously. No, I did, I think. I'm just going to say it again because I can't remember. I had more voice cracks today, and in the past couple days actually, and I have noticed my voice go down slightly more again. So far it's gone down a little bit every 2 weeks. We'll see how that continues. And then the last thing, oh no, that's not the last thing. I realized something today, which really made me really freaking happy. So I was like looking in my like car, so my car, you know, the flap thingy that you pull down to block the sun, because you're like, no sun, and you pull the thingy back and there's a mirror. I was looking in that mirror and I was like, because like this pimple had been really big yesterday, and so last night I was laying in bed, finishing the first season of Riverdale. Oh my god, finishing the first season of Riverdale. That's probably really unattractive. Ugh. And I was picking at it over and over and over, and I didn't realize, but I made it bleed last night. And so this morning there was like this little, it's gone now because I took it off, but there's this little like tip of dried blood on it, and I couldn't get it off, and I was like picking at it, and I was picking at it. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see. No, you can't see. I was picking at it and I went, oh shit. You cannot see, you guys, right now, you cannot see. Because it is literally so small, but it's not peach fuzz because it was not there before. I have little hairs here and here. And I was like, oh my god, I feel like a man. I'm getting facial hair. They're really tiny. Like, you obviously, like, you cannot see them. Also, the lighting and the camera quality are not very good, but you can't see them, but I can feel them, and I will show you a picture because I took up-close pictures where you can, I just hit myself in the face. I took up-close pictures where you can see the little hairs. And they're gonna grow. It's like my little baby man stash, and it needs to grow. So here are those pictures just to prove that I'm not crazy. Do you see that? I mean, oh my god, like, there's little tiny hairs. My little baby man stash. That's really gay. Anyways, I'm gay, that's okay. That rhymed. Yeah. The last thing that I was going to say in this video that I really noticed at 4 weeks, and I noticed this for a few reasons. I'll say why first. No, I'll say what. I'll say what I noticed first, and then I'll say how I was noticing it. That's correct. That was a weird sound that just came out of my throat. I have noticed that I feel a lot happier, and I feel like I'm already living a more authentic life. I'm already passing better at work. Before at work, like 75% of the time I got called a girl by customers, but now like 99% of the time I get called a guy by customers. I think the last weekend I worked both Saturday and Sunday, and not once did I get called a girl, and I was like... And one of my very good friends, Ash, was there with me, Ashley, who hopefully is watching this video. If she's not, I don't know why she's not watching this video. But she's my coworker, and she goes to school with me, and she's great, and she was there, and when she's at work, it always makes it more fun. So there's some of my coworkers that just make work so much more fun. Like, there's certain cashiers, too, that I'm just like, yes, you're here, you make work so much more fun. But yeah, I was passing a lot better at work, and that's really refreshing and really nice. And even in public, too, it's like, I've been passing almost flawlessly the past few days. Oh, I have to tell you something funny. I don't care if I have low battery. This is really funny. It's just, I thought about this when I was thinking about passing. So I went out and hung out with one of my friends today, and me and him went to McDonald's, and yes, we went to McDonald's. Chill. And we were outside, and a bee came and landed on the little paper thing for my burger, and I was like, fuck this shit. And so I got up, and then another bee came and landed on my drink, and I was like, okay. So I literally walked into McDonald's and just to everyone was like, hey, is there anyone in here that's willing to swat away a couple of bees? And everyone was just looking at me, and this one of the workers was like, yeah, I'll do it. And so she came out, and she was older, and she got them away, and I grabbed my food and went, and I'm scared of bees, y'all. I'm not touching them. I'm sorry. But she spotted them away, and we went in, and then we found another table, and I was like, thank you so much, and then she left, and then I was talking to my friend, and I was like, you know what, I feel like I should tip her for that. So I tipped her $5 just to swat away 2 bees from my food. That's how grateful I am when you get bees away from my food, so keep that in mind, kids. My kids someday, they better swat away bees for me. I'll pay them. Yeah, so anyways, that's the funny thing I did today, and the reason that I thought of that when I was talking about passing is because she was like, how old are you? And I was like, 17. She's like, oh yeah, I have a 25-year-old son who's also afraid of bees, and so, you know, she's like, oh, you remind me of him, and I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. I'm being awkward. I don't know why I'm being so weird tonight. Maybe because I'm happy. Maybe because I just did my 3rd T-shot. Woo! I don't know. Maybe because I got 6 hours of sleep last night, and I'm used to at least 8, if not more. The past few days on break, I've been sleeping until like noon or 1. I think that makes a difference. Yeah, but I'm just living a much more authentic life. The other thing I didn't really talk about is this. This is getting more defined. You can see more stuff there, and that's nice. You can also see my scar from very long ago. Not that long ago. Sophomore year? Junior year. I don't know, and it's gonna take me way too long to think about it, and it's gonna drag this video on. But anyways, I had a mole here, and I didn't want it, so I had them take it out, and then I had stitches, and now there's this tiny scar. I want this one gone. This one gone too, and then I want the one in my armpit gone. The rest of them are fine, I just don't like those two. Yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm happier, I feel like I'm living a more authentic life, my voice has dropped, I'm feeling more masculine, I think my body is starting to look more masculine. Little things, but they're gonna keep amplifying until they become bigger. I hit my fan again, I'm so sorry. Until they become bigger, more amplified things, and then they're gonna be more noticeable, and I will have more comparison pictures for you, and yeah. Oh, one last thing before I go, because in my pre-T video, I included me singing a clip of a song. I decided that I'm gonna sing that song every single month and put it in my monthly video for you guys. So I already pre-sung it. Don't know why you needed to know that, you didn't, but I'll just include it right now, yeah. I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Just praying to a God that I don't believe in. 'Cause I've got time while she's got freedom. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no it don't break even. And what am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces, yeah, I'm falling to pieces. And while we're at it, let's get that voice update out of the way. This is my voice 4 weeks on testosterone. Okay, so there we go. I don't know if you can tell by my singing if my voice dropped, because like obviously we know my voice dropped just because of me talking. But singing is different from talking, and I don't know if the pitch of my singing has changed yet at all. You tell me, because I don't know. I don't know, but I will be going back to choir next trimester. I had choir last trimester, this is second try, and I have choir third try, and I'm hoping to awe them all with my suddenly deep voice, so we'll see how good that goes. I think that starts in like March, I think. Yeah, I think third try starts in March, so we have a couple months. But yeah, anyways, that's all the stuff that I've noticed over the past month since I started T. Things that I hope will continue to show themselves more, like my little tiny man stash and muscles and figure and stuff like that, and my voice getting deeper. I already, sitting right here, I like how my voice sounds. Obviously, I still want it to get deeper, but I really like how it sounds compared to how it was a month ago. So, it's really great. I'm happy. I feel good. And as much as I don't want to go back to school on Monday, because schoolwork, I'm excited to see my friends and teachers that I know and stuff like that and be like, hey, my voice sound different. Because my horseback instructor hadn't seen me since like right after I started T, and she was like, wow, your voice is deeper, man. I was like, yes, someone noticed without me asking them. It's the best thing ever. Anyways, I say anyways way too much. and me and my friend Lily have a really funny story involving me saying anyways too much, but it's a secret. Anyways, I just said it again. So, this was my 4 weeks on T / 1 month on T video. Those are all the things that I noticed over the past 4 weeks, and I'm very excited for things to keep happening in the future. I will continue to do my best to update you every week. If my videos are late, I'm sorry. I'm trying. But I'll do my best to update you every single week. I will update you every single week. If the video is a little late, I'm sorry, but I will get you one within every week. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys tonight, and before this video gets to be way too long and nobody wants to watch it, bye. Ashley, you're a bad influence on me. I just did something that's not my outro. I did this when my outro is this. Stop being a bad influence on me and doing this all the time. That's all. That's a little PSA from Connor. Now I'm gonna go and do my outro correctly. Bye, guys.